Okay, well, here's my best lap from this week's race. This is at Road America, part of the BMW CCA League. Best lap was actually in practice. In qualifying, I was about 2/10 slower, and in the subsequent race, about 1/10 slower. So I like this track. I've spent a lot of time over here in other cars, mainly the M8. The GT4 can be a handful. BMW GT4 in this case. On other tracks that are more technical, but it seems to be better suited to this track, at least for the way I like to drive it and for my driving style. So this is going to be a quick guide for Road America and the GT4. I'm going to show this one lap, unedited, and then I will do 2 more edits of the same lap. I'm going to do one from the external view, so you can see the lines, braking points, and then I'll do one more from within the cockpit and point out braking markers, landmarks that I use for orientation, and so on. It's quite a long lap. It's close to 4 miles. It takes a little bit over 2 minutes to complete. It's a high-speed track, so you gotta make sure that you're maximizing your speed through the corners, otherwise you're gonna lose a lot of time here. So we're approaching Canada corner here. We're gonna have a sequence of technical turns here, followed by the last turn that takes us to the start-finish straight. This corner is key right here. I want to go in there for a late apex and get on the gas early. Okay. So this is at 2:19.082. I'm gonna go back to lap 2 and we're gonna do a chase. Follow. Let me just adjust the angle a little bit. Come a bit closer. Get rid of this. Okay. So approaching turn 1, I want to stay over to the left side. I use the first set of cones as my braking marker, and I go from 5th down to 4th down to 3rd. It's a relatively hard braking zone. Like I got on the brakes just a little bit before that. You know, it's 100% initially. By this cone, you want to start turning in. I guess it's a little bit later turn actually, and then trailing into this corner. You're off the brakes now, and you can get on this curbing here and start accelerating. I'm full throttle at this point. Stay to the left. This next braking zone starts right here by the number 2. There's a line right here that you pass. You brake right on the line, downshift to 3rd, stay to the left. It sets a late apex here again because you have a long straight ahead of you. Trail brake, got off the brakes, starting to get on the gas. Got a little bit on the grass, but I don't think I did get a one-off here. But as soon as you can tell that you've negotiated that turn, you can get on the gas here. It is a kind of a late apex because it will push wide if you get on the gas early, so you do want to be careful there. Not a lot happening here. You stay to the right. Then you come a little bit to the left here to cut the corner, and then right between 2 and 3 I start braking right around here. So just before this asphalt change. Stay on the right. You can get on the curbing here. You downshift all the way to 3rd. You can go to 2nd if you're running a little wide, but I try to avoid 2nd because it will spin the wheels coming out. You want to get as close to the curbing as possible. I had a little bit more space there. Good amount of runoff here. You can get on this black surface. It's not going to give you a one-off. I've even gotten into some of the pebbles and I didn't get an off-track. So take advantage of all that space there. Stay in 3rd. If you do have good amount of speed, you can go up to fourth, but you're going to have to downshift to third very quickly. And then you brake right before the bridge. Initially, heavy brake. In other faster cars, the suspension is going to unload here, so you have to be careful. But in this car, it's not an issue. So stay in a third. Treat it as a late apex. Kind of missed the apex here. It could have been a lot closer. You can take advantage of all this runoff here. You can put two wheels to the right of the yellow and red markers. Here you're going to go from third to fourth. Stay on the gas 100% until right around here. You're going to pull back a little bit to make sure that you can get a little bit more traction. I hit the brakes still a little bit. Get on the curbing. Take advantage of all the curbing on the left. I felt I was going a little wide, so I hit the brakes there a little bit. And at this point, get back to the right side. Now here I brake right before the 2 marker. There is a line here. You can go pretty deep here. Broke a little bit earlier here than I needed to. Get to the right side. Get on the curb here. And there's a good amount of camber here, so you can carry a little bit more speed than you think. So play with that. It's definitely a trail brake. Stay on the. I'm still on the brakes here. Still on the brakes, and probably right around here, I'm gonna get off the brakes. You can start getting on the gas right away. Good amount of runoff here again. Make sure you don't go wide because you're gonna lose too much time. So stay out of the pebbles. Get on the curbing here, and then get onto the left side as quickly as possible. Then upshift to fourth. When you feel the car starting to push and travel to the left, I get off the gas and I let it just kind of coast right around here, and it's gonna start biting. You can get on the brakes a little bit so it can start tucking in and coming back. Careful with the gas here. You don't want to get on too early. You want to wait until you see the curbing on the right-hand side. Then you can get on the gas, as you can see here. Once you see that curbing, you can get on the gas. Make sure that you're not running wide here, otherwise you're going to have to brake. So play with the amount of throttle you can apply. I could have been a little bit closer here. Should have been a little bit closer because that would have allowed me to get on the gas sooner. You can take advantage of the curbing. If you are running wide, just lift, apply brakes slightly, but try to avoid the grass. Obviously, it's going to slow you down. Plus, you might spin out. So this next turn, I go from fourth to fifth, and I've played with either staying in fifth and just lifting and braking, or downshifting to fourth. Doesn't seem to make that much of a difference. I like the fourth, shifting down to fourth, because it will help you turn in. So get on the curbing here on the left-hand side. I think I will probably, I don't remember actually what I did on this lap. So let's see. Looks like braking a little bit, shifted to fourth, and then you can make sure that you're gonna make the corner. Yep, downshift to fourth and then to fifth. Some people go really wide here to set up for the next straight here. I stay a little bit more closer, and then braking zone is about 3.5. Okay, closer to 4. Stay to the left. It's a trail brake. Down to fourth, down to third. Avoid second. It's gonna spin the tires too much. Trail braking really late into the corner. Again, once you can see that you have negotiated turn, you can get on it. You can take advantage of all this black marked pavement. I could have been a lot wider here. It's not a one-off until you hit the grass. For this next turn, stay tight. You can get over the rumble strips here. Put 2 wheels on the red and yellow curbing, and you're just gonna lift a little. Doesn't have to be a full lift. You can just get down to about 50%. I lifted fully here, but I could have just stayed at about 50%. Take advantage of all the curb, and you can run quite wide here. All the space here is not an off track, so you can go quite wide. You want to make sure you're carrying as much speed into this next turn. Now you see this change in color here in the pavement. You're gonna use it as your marker. You go just a little bit past it, get on the brakes, and you want to go deep here. You want to go all the way up towards this end of this curbing on the left-hand side, because what it's going to allow you to do as you're trail braking, it's a really late apex, and it will allow you to get on the gas sooner. If you start your turn in too early and you're here, you're going to have to be very tentative with the throttle. So you can see I'm already getting on the gas, not quite 100%, but not too far from it. Accelerating slightly, and very soon I'll be able to get on it fully. So there. And I had more space. And the car kind of wiggled. I probably lost a tenth right here. You know, from this point on, it's just a straight shot up. You can stay anywhere on the track. I have also seen folks stay all the way to the right of this wall. I haven't done enough research to figure out whether that really saves time or not. So let me go back, and I'm gonna run it again with from the cockpit view, and I just reiterate the brake markers. First set of cones, down to fourth, down to third, come really tight, bit of a late apex, take advantage of all the space on the left side here. Stay in fourth, brake by 2, downshift to third, really patient with the throttle. Get on it fully here. Stay track right here. Straight shot now here for your braking marker, which is between 2 and 3. Downshift to fourth, downshift to third. Rail brake. Take advantage of all the space here. Brake right under the bridge. Stay tight. Could have been tighter there. Use the runoff. Up to fourth. Lift. Hit the curbing. Stay in fourth. Brake before 2. Down to third. Stay tight here. Take advantage of the runoff. Get on the left side. Hop into fourth. Lift. When you feel the car pushing, you can hit the brakes a little bit. Look at the curbing here. When you see it, you can start accelerating. See, I started a little bit too early, or I should have been tighter. Up to fifth. Get on the curbing here. Lift. Down to fourth. Stay on the curbing. Curbing left. Up to fifth. I stay track left here. A lot of people will go wide. And then you brake just before, I guess, 4 at this point. Down to third. Trail brake, trail brake, trail brake. Get on the gas. Stay right. To fourth. Hit the curbing, lift. Hit the curbing left. Run wide. Brake right around here. Down to third. Stay wide. Late apex. Take advantage of the space on the left. And drive straight. So I hope it was helpful. If you got any questions, comments, post them below. Thanks for watching.